fill in. Other times you will have to construct your own table. So we're looking at the limit down here as theta goes to 0. Okay, so what I do is I construct a table and I look at the limit from the left and from the right as theta gets close to 0. And so getting close to 0, maybe you can start at negative 0.5 or negative 0.2. I'm starting at negative 0.1. It doesn't matter. You just want to keep getting closer, right? This is by a factor of 10. Negative 0.01 is closer to 0, and negative 0.001. I also want to get close to 0 from the positive side. So I just did basically a mirror image over here. 0.1, what's closer to 0, 0.01, and then 0.001. And then I'm going to compute the value of the function at these values. Of course, the calculator will help with this. If we're evaluating this particular function, you can see I've have it in my calculator here. Be real careful to put the numerator in parentheses and the denominator. If you don't put the denominator in parentheses, it will divide by 2, but then multiply by x. So make sure you do that. Also, check your mode when we're dealing with trig functions. You want to make sure you're in radian mode. If you're in degree mode, you're going to get an incorrect result. So again, I use the table feature, TBL set. If you go there, make sure my independent variable is in the ask mode. So highlight that. And then, and my dependent variable is auto. And I go to the table then, and I can manually type in my values. So here I've typed in my values. This is the corresponding output. So at negative 0.1, I get 0.0749. At negative 0.01, I get 0.0075. At negative 0.001, I get 7.5 e to the negative 4. What's that mean? Well, that's 7.5 times 10 to the negative 4. Multiplying by 10 to the negative 4, that's going to basically, we can write this number as a decimal by moving this decimal 4 places to the left, right, since it's negative 4. It's basically dividing by 10 4 times, essentially, or dividing by 10 to the 4th, or 10,000. So if I move this decimal place once and then 3 more times, I have to add 3 zeros. So that's the number we get. But if you look at these numbers as we're getting close to 0 from the negative side, just look at the output of the functions. Looks to me like it's getting closer and closer to maybe 0. As a confirmation, let's make sure. Let's look at the limit from the positive side, and I've evaluated those for you. So at 0.1, it's negative 0.075, 0.01, it's negative 0.0075, and at 0.001, it's this value. So as we get closer and closer to 0, certainly we're getting squeezed, right? 0 is getting squeezed in between these numbers. So I would say that the limit appears to be 0. So I hope that this helps on this one. As always, if you have questions, please let me know.